All right, everyone, welcome to PDW Day 1, Personal Branding. Of course, you know there's 4 more this week, so you should show up to this one. You're really missing out. Today we have Rachael Adams speaking about personal branding. And before we get started, I just want to let you know that we have Premier Designs jewelry over there, which is looking good on the cheap. So check them out in the intermission. I'll bring them up again before we before we start up for the fashion show. And let's have a good event.
All right.
Rachael Adams.
All right, if you guys can't hear me and I'm not loud enough, I'll use the microphone, but I'm going to try to not use the microphone because I like to walk around and do some stuff. I am Rachael Adams. I am also known as Rachael Adams of Detroit, and I am brains, beauty, and a big heart. That's what I think my brand is. When you say I am, you will become what you say you are. You will let the world know who you are by using the confident 2 words, I am. Now I know most people don't like to do this, but I'm going to have each of you stand up and go in a row. The biggest thing, the biggest thing about coming to these events is networking. That's what this world's about, networking and marketing yourself. So how's anybody going to know who you are if you're just sitting in the back and you sneak off to the bathroom right now? Or if you just stand up and say, I am Rachael Adams, I'm known as Rachael Adams of Detroit, and I am brains, beauty, and a big heart. If you don't know what your personal brand is, or your brand, just say something positive about yourself. Because what we're going to be talking about is how to discover what your brand is. A lot of people don't even know that they are a brand, and they don't even think that they need to be a personal brand. But what you don't realize is every single day, you're marketing yourself, and you are a brand to your family, your friends, your employer, representing your school. You represent a lot of things. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. But if you don't know what your personal brand is, just say a positive thing about you, like I am happy. I'm happy to be here today. So we'll start with you.
Awesome.
She's awesome. See, there we go.
Hi, I'm Flavia, and I'm awesome.
Awesome. There you go. She has confidence.
I'm Zach Townsend, and I am a musician.
What are you?
A musician.
A musician. Okay.
I'm Allie. I like to eat, obviously. And I'm proud.
She's proud to feed her body. Okay.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Megan, and I am very energetic.
And Megan is the one that didn't want to do it. But she's energetic. So, okay.
Hello, everyone. I am Brandon Boyke, and I am smiley.
Hello, I'm Anna Marini, and I'm good at languages sometimes.
That's great. That's great. So if anybody needs help with that, now you know where to go. All right.
Hi, my name is Nader, and I'm a web developer.
Okay. Excellent.
Hi, my name is Jan Rembo, and I'm a mom, grandma, and Rachel's mom.
Yay! Go ahead.
I'm Ron Rembo. I'm her dad. She's the one that gave her beauty and her brains. I gave her the big heart.
Okay, and I'll go with you.
I'm Kendall, and I am a hairstylist.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and I am a coach.
A coach?
Yeah.
What do you coach?
A pom team, kind of like
cheer.
Kind of.
Awesome. Okay, she's not looking because she doesn't want me to point to her.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, and I'm good at fashion.
Great.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm a very accepting person.
Hi, I'm Keely McNally. I'd say that I'm loving, hardworking, and dedicated.
Okay, great.
Hi, I'm Bassa, and I'm a gymnastics coach.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Hi, I am Tessa, and I'm excited to know new stuff.
You want to learn new stuff?
Yeah.
That's great. And speak up or I'm going to give you the microphone because I can't hear from back there.
Munira, I'm loving, and I love fashion.
Okay, great.
I'm Adrian, and I'm goal-oriented.
Awesome.
I'm Ahmed, and I love finance.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I'm a future doctor.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Mark Phillips. I'm scared to talk in public.
I'm Kelly Phillips, his wife, not scared to talk in public.
Or anyway.
And a novelist.
Hi, I'm Karthik. I'm good at writing.
You're good at hiding?
Writing.
Oh, I think you're hiding. I was like, I see you. So you gotta speak louder. Happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Isabel Contreras, and I like to sing, and I'm very friendly.
I am Ruth Galindo, and I am crazy.
Crazy? Oh, we know her brand.
My name's Josh, and I'm a thinker.
Thinker.
I'm Michael Hodges. I'm 6'5", from Detroit, finance student.
Yes. Awesome.
I'm Michael Horton, and I'm happy and enjoying life.
Great.
I'm Sarah, and I'm nice.
I'm Caitlin, and I'm hardworking.
Hardworking. And I know Caitlin probably did not want me to do this, but she didn't know I was doing it. Okay, hi, Caitlin.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm friendly and caring. Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm outgoing. I'm Felicia, and I'm creative and passionate.
Hi, I'm Ian. I help people make smart decisions with their money.
Awesome.
I'm Jesus. I'm smart, friendly, and hardworking.
I'm Cyril Salinas, and I'm loyal.
I'm Tim Davis. I'm all about change.
I'm Mike Callahan. I help people with careers.
I'm Mike Banks. I'm happy to be here. I'm very goal-oriented and determined.
I'm Brian, and I'm hardworking.
I'm Michael, and I'm competitive.
I'm Andrew Pop. I'm a student and athlete and accounting major.
My name's Adrian, and I'm hardworking and I like sports.
I'm Raul. I'm having the best week of the semester because DS got canceled today.
I'm Sonic, and I'm intelligent.
I'm Sarah Chahal. I'm a runner, and I'm passionate about what I'm doing.
I'm Liz Alder, and I'm very reliable.
Awesome. And then there's Mike in the back. He's one of my photographers. And Mike, tell us something about you.
My name is Mike Massey. I'm owner of Clip Photography.
Yeah, and then this is my other photographer that follows me around everywhere and takes video for me, and his name's Gary. Tell us something about you, Gary.
I'm Gary Delisle, and I'm not your stalker.
No, he's not a stalker. And then you two over there, the last I see in the room.
I'm Linda Kaczynski, and I like to help people be and look their best.
And even though you can't see us because you're turning away, we see you.
I'm Dave, I'm a team player.
Awesome. Now see, you guys talked a little bit about yourself. It wasn't that hard. You guys got to listen to what each other likes to do or what they're about. And you already have sold the room on a little bit about you or what your brand is. So before I go any further, I do want to say thank you to everyone for coming today. And I'm going to be talking about personal branding, how to brand yourself so that the world knows who you are. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about myself, my past, my struggles, my lessons learned, and the things that I had to go through in life to get me to where I am today and to make me the super aggressive, strong, crazy, outgoing person that I am as well. And how I finally decided to follow my dreams and how I became known as Rachael Adams of Detroit. I'm going to give you some words to think about. The beginning half, I'll probably be reading a little bit more because I want to give you some specific quotes that I love and that have helped me in my life, and just some things for you to really just think about. So just sit back, relax, and think. I'm going to give you the words to think about, as well as words of motivation and inspiration, to find the inner spark we all have inside of us, or as some may say, our dreams. I hope they stick with you and help you fulfill your dreams. And even if only one person out of this room is impacted today, to me, that's a success. Because one of the goals I have in life is to help people find their dreams, find their passion, not be scared, and to go out and do what they want to do. So, which ties me here today is I am a graduate from the University of Michigan. I went to school here in 2006. I graduated with my bachelor's in business, and my major was in marketing. I was part of the Emerging Leaders Program, which I don't think you guys have it now as Emerging Leaders Program. They had difference makers, and now they have sororities. They didn't have that back then. When I came, it was about 20 students out of the whole school were selected to be what they thought would be emerging leaders of our future. I think they did a good job picking me because of what I'm doing here today. And I also played basketball for the women's basketball team. A lot of people may doubt that you see me with the boots and without the heels. I'm only 5'2", but I actually, to tell you the truth, what happened, I came to school, I seen this girl next to me in the library, and I said, "Where did you get that letter jacket? U of M, Dearborn has letter jackets?" And she said, "Yeah, I played basketball." And I said, "Well, I played basketball in middle school and was MVP almost every year. Then I went to high school. I didn't play as much in high school, but then I know I could play. I played for the city. I want a letter jacket. I want to be able to have a story that I can tell people, yep, I played basketball for University of Michigan. And I tried out and I made the team. So that was a big successful thing that I thought that I did. And I also graduated 3 weeks before delivering my second child. So I didn't look anything like this when I went to school here. I seen my old teachers when I came back to speak about doing this seminar, and they said, well, I kind of remember you, but you didn't really look like that. I was wobbling really, really big, 3 weeks before I delivered. I had short black hair. I didn't look like this. This is all the image for the Rachael Adams of Detroit. I just had short, dark hair. Then I added the blonde, the extensions, the fake eyelashes, everything that people think are a real model. But what I think makes us the real beautiful people in this world is our inner beauty and not our outer beauty. So I knew with my inner beauty, I was going to be pretty good. I loved attending U of M here, and I want to thank the school for having me back now as a speaker, and especially thank the School of Business for putting on an awesome seminar like this, because when I went to school here, if they had it, I didn't really know about it, but they seem way more involved nowadays than they did when I came. And I would have loved to come and hear about somebody who was a nobody knew her in the industry, who then had a dream and had aspirations and actually created this whole image of a girl called Rachael Adams of Detroit, or whoever she would be. And I think it's pretty neat that they do this for you guys. And I also want to give a lot of credit to Dr. Wayne Dyer. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Dr. Wayne Dyer. He has taught me everything that I know and all the beliefs that I have that got me to where I am today with Rachael Adams of Detroit. He pretty much preaches, if you change the way you think about life, the things you think about in life will change. And that'll make more sense in a little bit. So now I'm going to go on to talk to you about some things that I want you to really think about. You, and only you, Y-O-U, are the subject that impacts the burning desires of your imagination. If you would like to accomplish something, you must first expect it of yourself. If you don't think that you can do something, you're not going to be able to do it. You have to expect that you will be able to do whatever your goal or your dream is. It's not so much about what you want in life, it's about who you are, and you will manifest what you become. Now, this is something that I wrote called Spark. I do a lot of motivational and inspirational speaking on my Facebook page, and then this is something that I have written and preached to people, and I like to share it with you. We all have a spark in us, our burning desires, what excites us, who we all want to be. Will you die with it only being a spark in you? Will your spark grow to a fire and then to a loving, burning glow? Achieving all you want in this world, will you be a piece of wood to help another person grow? A fire takes nurturing so that it doesn't go out. Be sure to stay away from those who want to blow your fire out. And remember, it's never, ever too late to glow. I hope to fuel the fire within you today. Another poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I want you to listen to these words carefully. What if you slept? We all sleep. And what if in your sleep you dreamed? How many of us dream? We all dream. And what if in your dream you went to heaven or to a beautiful another world? And what if while you were there, you picked a different, strange, but wonderful flower? What if when you awoke, you were holding that flower? Ah, what then? You're now holding this flower from this formless, lifeless world now into reality. That is what our dreams are. We may have a dream or a desire or something that we want to do, and when we go to sleep, we may have a dream. But it takes waking up and taking that flower or that dream and applying it to your reality and doing it, and not just keeping it as a dream. What is it that you want to be? What do you want to be in this world? Is it okay if you don't know? Yeah, that's okay. Hopefully I'll try to help you find out what you want to do. That's what we're going to be talking about, is discovering your passion. But the biggest question I ask you is, what's ordinary? Are you ordinary? Are you average? Average is okay. If you're just an average person, you hide in the crowd. An average person is somebody who is born, they're a child, they're a toddler, they're a teenager, they go to school, they may go to college, they get a job, they may have a family, they may get married, they pay their taxes, and they die. That's ordinary, okay? That's average. And a lot of you go, oh man, I don't even want to think about that yet. I'm only in the college part. But, do you want to just be average or ordinary? It's okay, you can get through life like that, and then you die. Well, I wanted to be extraordinary. I want to be more than average. I want to be the best I could be. Everybody in this room is extraordinary, whether you know it or not. You just have to believe it. And it takes believing in it to apply it. If you believe it, you will see it. It's not the other way around. It's not, oh, I'll believe it when I see it when I'm an extraordinary person. No. It's first you have to believe it inside, know it, and then it will happen. This is another important thing I want you to listen to really quick. This is something from Portia Nelson. She's a friend of Dr. Dwyer's. She passed away, but she was at a seminar similar to this, and the person told her, or told the whole crowd, I want you guys to write the 5 chapters of your life. The ordinary story I just said about being a toddler, being a kid, that's a lot of chapters of your life. But sum it down to the 5 chapters of your life. So think about it, think about what your life is, and listen to what she said. Chapter 1 of my life. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm helpless. It isn't my fault. And it takes forever for me to find a way out. That's chapter 1 of her life. Chapter 2 of her life. I walk down the same street. There's that deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. But I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. And it still takes a long time for me to get out. Chapter 3 of her life. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I know it's there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. But I know now it's my fault. And I get out immediately. Chapter 4 of her life. I walk down the same street. There's the deep hole in the sidewalk. I choose to walk around it. Chapter 5 of my life. I walk down a different street. So, can you get the point here? So I hope that you see the old road, maybe the average road. It may be stuff that you've struggled with. It may be stuff that your family has struggled with. But there's a new road. So hopefully when you walk out of here today, if you don't know what it is you want to do in this world, or you don't know how to overcome whatever problem you have, then hopefully you see the new road and you walk down that. In order to have the highest expectations for yourself, you must change what you believe is possible for yourself and know what is real. Real is what never changes. Our body changes. Guys have mustaches. They don't have mustaches. You have blonde hair, you have brown hair, you have long hair, you have short hair. Our body, as a child, as a teen, we grow old, it's always changing. So if you consider that to be who you are, I'm the blonde girl with the blue eyes, that's not who I am. That's not real. That's not what's never changing. What's never changing is when you look deep inside of you and you know that inner passion you have, what excites you. That always excites you, whether you're a kid, you're an adult, a teenager. I'm going to go in my life so you can see what I went through to be called Rachael Adams of Detroit. So after high school, I opened a painting business. And the painting business I did with my dad and my sisters, and we had some other employees, and it was to get me through college. I always knew I wanted to be a public figure. I always knew I wanted to inspire people. I wanted to be a model and actress, but I knew the timing had to be right. If the timing wasn't right, it wouldn't have worked. I knew my mom would have killed me if I said, I'm going to go to LA and become a model right after high school. So I said, I better get a college degree and have that as a backup. So to get me through college, and my sisters through college, we had the painting business. I got married. It was the beautiful, most perfect wedding. I had at that time the most beautiful, perfect life. We built a huge house. It was, with the basement, 3,600 square feet. It was just me and him. We had 4 bedrooms. We were going to build a huge family. And it was going to be, I could see the future. Nothing bad was going to happen. I was a bodybuilder. I would go to bodybuilding competitions. I'd say, hey, I want to do that. I became a bodybuilder. Then when I was doing it, I had somebody tell me, you need to do fitness instead of bodybuilding. I looked at the fitness girls. I wanted the fitness trophies, so I'm a go-getter. I said, I'm going to go do fitness. I became a national fitness competitor. And I learned that through my ex-husband and our clique of people that we had. And then I went to a powerlifting competition. I always had this go-getter in me. And when I went to a powerlifting competition, I said, I want first place Michigan Powerlifting Championships. I did bench, squat, and deadlift for totals. And I got first place. Everything that I thought that I could do, I went and did it. And then, as we know, I got a letter jacket from U of M, play basketball for you guys. Then something happened. I had an affair. Yes, don't judge me. But the thing is, when somebody talks about their past, the trials, the things that they went through, some people say, why would you tell people this? Why would you want to talk about this? And the reason I talk about it and choose to talk about it is because I know that somebody may out there be going through the same thing, or their parents might have went through the same thing, or they may eventually go through the same thing. And not just an affair, but no matter what the problem is in your life, when you can be able to talk about it and help somebody from what you've learned, I think that's what's amazing. So I think it got worse there. I had an affair. I met somebody, thought would be a great guy. Turned out he was, so that's good. But I got pregnant. So now I'm married, had an affair, and got pregnant. Anybody who knew me would have said, Rachel would have never done this. She had the perfect life, and I did have a great life. Things happened. It was an accident. It happened. I lost my house. I got a divorce. My ex-husband actually was a great person. He actually wanted to be with me through it all. But I said, no, I want to, I don't think I could be with you now. And I was hoping for the guy that I had a kid with to be a great person. Turns out we've been together 10 years later, and he was a great guy. Well, back to what happened. I lost my house. We sold the house. Well, we sold our house. We paid off all of our debt. But I walked away with nothing. I had no money. I had no house. I was pregnant with somebody who I really didn't know. And I had to move into my parents' basement. And I was going to college still. And I said, this sucks. I don't think my life can get any worse than this. And then I said, all right, something's got to change. I can't cry myself to sleep every night. I can't be depressed about this. I have a kid on the way. Find that inner passion of who you are and what you are. You're not somebody that belongs on Jerry Springer. You are a good person. And you can make changes. So I made a promise to God and I promised to myself that said, if you get me through this, I promise to be a person that will go out and help the world, that will go help and talk to people and be a motivation and an inspiration to people. And I'm going to go try to be this Rachael Adams of Detroit. But first, I had to finish school. So I had a newborn. I went to college. Then we were a family now, and now I wanted to have another one. And I graduated 3 weeks before my second child was born. And it turned out really good. Things were going in the right direction. Then Troy talked to me about Dr. Dyer and said, you need to really forget about your past. The past is the past. Everything that happens in your past or your family's past, whatever happened, you're never going to be able to go back and change it. And even though the future, we set goals for our future, the future's not guaranteed. We don't know where we'll be in a year from now or 5 years from now. So it's now. Now is the time to do what you want to do. After I started focusing on, okay, what is it that I want to do? I wrote this. Whatever your intention is in this world, know that it is possible. When you free yourself of bad habits, free yourself of the past, or all of your excuses, and connect yourself to the power you have, the power of your intention, know that anything is possible. But if you say, I can't, I'm not going to be able to, well then you're right, because you are still in a state of excuse. When you change your thought process and just let go, you will see how much easier it is when you're not fighting yourself. Your intention may be to lose weight, stop smoking, stop drinking, help others, do more for yourself, do more for others. Whatever it is, your intention, it's never too late. That's just an excuse. So, the first step in achieving your dreams is use your imagination. So now we're going to move into how do you do it. If you want to be a person, a special person, attractive person in your life, be in a certain situation, you must first imagine it. Regardless of what others think, you own it, and you need to own it. These are some of my favorite Einstein quotes. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. In the past, people imagined a car. They imagined going from point A to point B without walking. Some people probably thought you were crazy. Well, we have cars now. Some people probably thought, to use your imagination, that you'd have a plane to take you from point A to point B. Anything's possible. Einstein also said, if you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want your children to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Children have huge imaginations. I was imagining all I wanted to be and believed it would happen and acted as if it was already happening. Logic will get you from point A to point B, but imagination will take you anywhere. So number one is imagination. You have to first imagine what it is that you possibly would want in this world. Number two is follow your dreams by living from the end. You have to place the I am in front of whatever it is you want to be and know that it's already on its way. So the exercise we did earlier where I said, talk about I am, that's really important because you have to already know who you are. See the end result of what you want in your life as if it is already happening. So what I started to do is I started imagining Rachael Adams of Detroit on billboards. I know it sounds crazy. I would drive down the street and be like, that's me. Yeah, that's me. I would open up the newspaper and be like, there's an article about me. I would put it on the news and I would watch the news and be like, okay, so I was in this situation, which I'm going to be in the future. What am I going to talk about? I know it sounds crazy, but it's called living from the end. When you live from the end, it's as if you're already whoever it is you want to be. I even practiced autographing my name 1,000,000 times, which has worked out great because I autograph my name a ton of times at Motor City Comic Con, at Autorama. I have now created myself to be a known name within the industry of the modeling and acting world. You will see it when you believe it, not believe it when you see it. Yes. The problem is we are all programmed. We're all programmed to think we can only do so much. We are programmed to be like our parents. We're programmed to follow in our parents' footsteps. We're programmed to go to college and then go work. Well, I did an internship at U of M. I worked at Ford Motor Company. Ford was a great place to work, but I did not want to be a 9-to-5 person at a desk. I said, this is not me. This is a great opportunity, but I do not want to do this, which sparked my energy more to become Rachael Adams of Detroit. Step 3 is assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Number 1 was imagine it. Number 2, living from the end. And number 3 now is assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must be able to feel it. Neville, a well-known person, said everything that exists or that has ever happened was once imagined, and anything else that is going to exist must be imagined. Live as the being you want to be, and you will become it. 96 to 97% of all we do is our subconscious at work. If you think I'm not going to be able to do it, you won't be able to do it. And if you think I can do it, you will be able to do it. Step 4 is it must feel natural. If it doesn't feel natural, it will not happen. If somebody says, well, I'm like 5 foot, so you're going to tell me if I think about it, I'll be able to dunk. Well, is it natural for you? Do you really want to dunk? There's been people who are 5'6" that have dunked, but what is it that is natural to you that you really want to do? For me, my passion was I want to help people, I want to be a known public figure, but nobody's going to listen to you if you're trying to talk about following your dreams when you have no dreams fulfilled, when you didn't even do anything. You know what I mean? Happiness is all we want. And happiness is a mindset, a decision. This is something else I wrote. Happiness doesn't come from material things. Two people can have the same thing. One will be happy and the other not happy. Plus, once you have that item, the happiness will fade and you will want a new thing. Happiness is a mindset and a decision, and you choose to be or not to be. Poor people are happy, handicapped people are happy, a person on their deathbed can be happy. Choose to be happy every day, no excuses. Change your thoughts and you will change your mood, in which will, in return, change your day and change your life. Now, how does this tie into branding? Because I know that's what you came here for. Branding means letting the world know that you exist, and not just exist, but projecting to the world that you have something to offer. That's what you did. You just all talked about what it is you have to offer to the world. Your personal branding, when you personally brand yourself every day, you're marketing yourself every day. Marketing meaning how you serve yourself up to those around you and what you constantly have to offer to them. A lot of people aren't going to want to, hear about you if you're just going to be talking about yourself. They want to know, what do you have to offer to me? That's why we go places, because we want to know, what are you going to offer? What kind of food are you going to offer? What kind of clothes are you going to be offering me? You must be conscious of your brand. When you surround yourself with who you surround yourself with, what you do, who you are associated with, what you post on Facebook. And I'm going to run through how to personally brand yourself. Number one is discover your brand. That's what we talked about earlier. This is the key to success. Brand your passion. You want to brand what your passion is? Because if you're not branding your passion, then what's the point? Brand discovery. What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Set goals. Have a mission of what it is you want to do. Who are you going to serve? These are some things you need to think about. Create your brand. How do you do this? Well, there's a lot of ways to do it. Business cards. Everybody knows about business cards. Business cards, you can put your face on it, your brand statement, your logo, your contact information. Business cards are the #1 way that somebody's going to be able to contact you back, whether it's for a job, a modeling gig, a film project. Number 2 is resume. You must have a cover letter, resume, and a reference document. Customize it to each job. At the front, I have a whole list of my resume, and as you can see, I have a natural headshot, a more pin-up headshot, and I have a business headshot. You want to customize your brand to who you are marketing to. Number 3 is a portfolio. A CD, pictures, whether they're printed or just on a CD. Showcase who you are, and you need to convince somebody of all of your accomplishments. If you don't have a portfolio, nobody's going to know what to look at when they're looking at you. Number 4 is have a blog or a website. I prefer yourname.com or whatever it is you're standing for. I'm Rachael Adams of Detroit.com. Number 5 is a LinkedIn profile. Obviously, you guys are college students, you know what that is all about. It's a way for you to create your own network of people and market with them. Facebook profile is important, but you must be careful because you are who you associate yourself with. You are a product of your environment. So if you're going to be tagged in a bunch of pictures of people be like, what's up, partying? And then your boss goes back and looks at it, you got to think about that. A Twitter profile and a video resume are also important because people can see who you are and you're more personal that way. And of course, wardrobe is important. When you present yourself to somebody, they're going to get a first 5-second image of what you are, about your brand. If your shoes are dirty, if your nylons have a run in them, always carry an extra shirt or nylons or whatever with you. And the next important thing is networking. Networking is so important. The rules of networking are you need to be mutualism. Mutualism is create a win-win relationship in business so that whoever benefits, they benefit mutually. Number 2 is giving. You must help somebody out before ever asking anything in return. This is very important. I did that with a lot of people. I would give myself to a lot of charities, and before I know it, these charities were marketing me all over the place. Targeting. You need to be very selective and specific with the types of people you associate with. Don't waste your time at places that mean nothing to you. You want to have the most beneficial associates around you because, again, you're a product of your environment. And then next is reconnecting. make sure after you meet somebody, you always go back and reconnect with them, whether you shoot them an email and say, hey, thanks for talking with me, or thanks for the interview. Every interview that I had when I came to U of M for my internship, they taught us to send a thank you email afterwards, just thanking them. And when you reconnect with them, you may email them in a year and just say, hey, just want to touch base with you, hope everything is going good. Or if you have an interview and you talk to somebody and their kid had a soccer game Saturday, you can say, hey, hopefully your daughter won the soccer game. It shows that you care about that person. And that is going to come back and help you big time in the future. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes because he's telling me time's up. If you don't build your brand for yourself, others will build it for you. And that's what you need to think about. I know a lot of models on Facebook. Everybody thinks they're a model right now on Facebook. But if you don't become the model you want to be or become the face in the industry you want to be, whether it's accounting or finance, somebody else will give you a reputation and somebody else will be talking about you. So you need to be the one talking about yourself, whether you're going to go throw something out in the newspaper or go help a charity and blog about it or talk about it. You need to talk great about yourself to the world and to the public. Otherwise, people will start talking about you that you don't even know. You want to do charity events, volunteer, link yourself to good, donate your time. It doesn't take much to donate, but you'll get a lot of exposure from the donating as well, alongside feeling good about yourself and giving back to the world. Because the more you give, you'll realize the more you will receive. Get personal and write thank you notes to people. Make event pages for everything you're going to be doing, no matter what it is. Those event pages, Google and Yahoo will pick it up like crazy. No matter what it is, even if you're just attending the seminar here, it shows that you're an active person in the field of what it is you want to be. And the last but not least is maintain your brand, which is the hardest thing to do, because maintaining it takes a lot of work. When you're building all these profiles, which you want to do, whether you want to do it or not, you're going to get a reputation in the world. And maintaining it is what you need to do. Changing it up is also what you need to do. So it's not just the same thing all the time. I was branded as a blonde Rachael Adams in Detroit. You'll be able to see a lot of the things I did. But now I decided I don't really want to do as much of the modeling and acting anymore. I want to do more about inspirational and motivational speaking and work with kids. And I'm 2 months pregnant right now, so this was my last calendar. I have calendars out and stuff like that. So, but he told me to start wrapping it up. And I want to just read this to you. This is the last thing that I'll close with. Your life is like a story you wrote for yourself. And this is what I wrote. No one is responsible for where you are today except you. And no one has that pen to write your script except you. Unless you give that power or pen to somebody else. If you do, then don't complain about your story. If you're not happy in life, or about your job, your relationship, or that you just grow through the daily cycle of wake up, work, go to school, eat, then go to bed, it's all due to how you think and what you choose to do every day. My biggest quote is, excuses only satisfy those who make them. Nobody cares about your excuses. If you say, oh, I'm going to go do this, and you don't do it, but you had excuses, all people know is you didn't do it. They don't care what your excuse is. Excuses only satisfy those who make them, and those who complain about their situation must realize we all have the power to attract what we want in our lives. If you don't work, don't complain about not having money. If you are miserable in your relationship, don't complain about it. Figure out what needs to change and what you need. If you don't want to have the life of your parents and you want to do better for yourself, perhaps, and want to say more, then do what it takes to get you where you need to be. Don't complain, just figure it out. What needs to change and what you need to do. Where do you want to be in the next year? In 5 years, in 10 years, when you're 80? Will you make an awesome twist in your story, an ending of success, and choose to be the best you could ever imagine? People who are happy suck it up and do whatever it takes to be happy. To achieve that goal, they do whatever it takes. They wake up and choose to conquer the day with a smile, set goals, go to school, pass out resumes, save for a new house, whatever it is, and you want to make that decision for you, make the decision to always make that decision for you to be the number one. Make an awesome story for your life. There are so many opportunities out there. Don't let them pass you up. And this is the last little video I'm going to have you see. Let's see. Show screen. right?
Yeah.
And before I play it, I want you to see, some of you may say, who is this Rachael Adams of Detroit anyway? I don't even know anything about you. If you come up here and look, this right here was one of the billboards I was on representing Detroit Tigers opening day. I was on about 5 billboards since I decided to become Rachael Adams of Detroit, which was only a few years ago. I started submitting my stuff to newspapers, like I talked about branding yourself. Said, hey, I think you need to do an article on me. I'm not scared to tell people. If they reject you, who cares? Rejection is a part of life, and there's no such thing as rejection. It's a door closing and another one open. Every newspaper I pretty much talked to about myself, they put an ad in, or put an article. They did a whole article about me being in a movie, and there was red carpets events in Port Huron, and in California, San Francisco. I traveled with one of the red carpet events, and I would tell people, well, let me show you this. This is what I look like in the movie. This is me. I was in a lot of horror movies. So then after being in horror movies, I would contact horror conventions and say, hey, do you want me to be a special guest at your horror convention? I was the face of Playboy Energy's Girl Search. They did a whole article on me in the Detroit Free Press. I submitted myself to Maxim Magazine. I said, I want to be Maxim Magazine, top 100 girls in the USA. I went with top 1,000, then they voted me down to top 100, and I made it in Maxim Magazine. I said, I'm going to make calendars of myself and sell it. My boyfriend's like, you're not going to be nude or topless, and there's not going to be any other girls in there? Who do you think's going to buy your calendar? My calendar is purchased in all over the world. The UK, I have a big following. Dubai, Peru, everywhere. Not everywhere, but I have a big following because I said, hey, I want to create an image of myself. But my image is all about pin-up and cute and classy and nothing really trashy. But I did bring my calendars because those are a little risque. And then I got asked to go to the Comic-Con. I was at Motor City Comic-Con. This year would be my 4th year as a celebrity guest with Lou Ferrigno next to me. Lou Ferrigno, hey, here's my email address. When you're in town, let me know. I have his address, his phone number. You know, those people are just normal people. You think they're something special, but they're just an average person. So these are just some of the things that I associated myself with. I became an ambassador for autism, and I started creating my own autism events. And one thing that I never thought, I never even had on my bucket list of things to do, was to be on a book. And I went and helped this charity out, and he took my image and he put me on his book. And then I got asked, it's a local charity called Dancing with the Stars. One of my dreams was to be Dancing with Dancing with the Stars. I got asked to do Dancing with the local stars. I got 2nd place. The girl who won, she had a lot of sponsors from Channel 4. But it was a good run, and I had a lot of fun. It was 2 months long of dancing and pictures to now add to my collection of things on my bucket list of things to do. Everything that I said I wanted to do, I have done. So now I'm going to be rebranding myself to be more of the mom image, and I want to write children's books and help kids and stuff like that. I am a basketball coach for boys basketball for D7. I'm also a coach for cheerleading for D7, and I'm a Cub Scout leader. But this, I just want you to listen to the words, watch the video. I didn't create the video, but this is Sky Dyer, which is Dr. Wayne Dyer's daughter, and I think the words are really powerful, and I definitely want to dedicate it to my mom, over there, who I think is the strongest person that I know. And I'm going to play it, and I'm going to walk out of the room because I'm pregnant right now, and I don't want my hormones taking the best of me. So I hope you enjoy it.
Stop and think about your life and what it all means. Our lives are so full of miracles. Help every person see. it's right in front of me, and I have to reach out. Strength comes from knowing that you need someone to help you out. You inspire me to be everything that I desire, and everything I do is to be in touch with you. In every day of my life, I dream a little higher, and it all comes back to you and how you make me so inspired. We all have a choice to feel love deep within us, the freedom to hear our own voice, and the chance to make our path in life a little clearer. Oh, you inspire me to be everything that I desire, and everything I do is to be in touch with you. In every day of my life, I dream a little higher, and it all comes back to you and how you make me so
All right, everybody, one more time for Rachael Adams. All right, we're gonna have a 10-minute intermission, then we're gonna go into the fashion show, and then we got some open networking with everyone in the room. So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Grab some food, go check out Premier Designs. We got a ton of food up there. Is no one hungry? Come on.